This is adjust your focus. I'm in a Cook County Forest Preserve. I had my Cimzia injected. I didn't realize there's the kit, the two doses at 200. You get them at once. That's just for 2 weeks. And I'll go back and get 2 more. And then that in the 2 segment of the injections. All these Cook County Forest Preserves have this type of structure, which is great, but I want to be in the sun. It's even overcast, so I want to get a little sun, which equals a little vitamin D, which equals great importance for me. It's super quiet. This is just great. There are some lurkers in the parking lot. I never understand that. A lot of people take their breaks from work and come in here and sit in their car. And then there's also some creeps that do the same thing. So if anybody is approaching me right here where I'm sitting, they're pretty much up to no good. Because I'm off any beaten path. For reference, I am on the east side of the place where my most viral video took place. It took place over that post marker is down there, in that general area, that signpost or whatever that metal stake in the ground sticking up is. That's where they were doing their thing, and I was more right over there on the other side of this big open field. And that is where I was recording, and there was another man over more in this direction recording, and that buck had chased him from, he approached him in the back where the tall grasses start. He had gone all the way to there and was approaching the buck and the doe while the buck's busy trying to do his business, and the buck got pissed off and chased that man all the way across this field, and the guy was parked, and I was parked over there. The base, beyond the base of those really big trees is where I started, and that's where he ended up. I thought, okay, he chased him out. Then the buck walked all the way back over and started to get back down to it, so I walked over there, and then that man came out again. And at the time, I was pretty darn spry, and I thought, well, he's going to go after him again because that didn't work out the first time for him, and he's up to it again. So I felt comfortable being there because I wasn't going to get near as close as what he did. So I saw how close he was. He was close. Way closer than I would have been with that buck busy in the rut. No, I don't. I rarely would approach a buck in rut. They might approach me. That's different. They make that decision. I don't make that decision. So I got the fancy shoes on today. And maybe we'll see a deer. Maybe we won't. So I treat the shoes with a little bit of that special potion. So I'm going to take a moment to appreciate the shoes. I think it's time I lose them. Now, normally I would just wear sandals or something, but I was at a doctor's office. Yes, I was just at a doctor's office. That whole thing took me about 20 minutes in there. I had to call in advance for them to get the medicine ready. They have to unfreeze it, reconstitute it, do something with it. I don't know what they do. I don't care. Here's the brochure they gave me. So anyway, I got 2 shots. Here's your black box. See the black box? There it is. Usually the black box has a steeper border on it, but no. She checked me for all the liver things, which is kind of weird because the thing that bothers me the most is my liver enzymes. ALT and whatever. SGT, I don't know which ones now. Shot way up, and nobody cares. We're just gonna go with this. Maybe it'll work for me. So I'm leaving my scent here in the grass. Here, I'll do some stomping. Maybe that'll give me a buck to come in. I'm down so low that they won't see me. They'll hear me. They'll smell me. They won't see me until they're right up in here. They do tend to come out from the woods and be in that tall grass and move around a lot, but they don't usually come out here, but they do. They do if they're inquisitive. Oh, that feels good. It's overcast. So I got my mat. I got my other pad too. I've got my, for all my arthritis. This is the first thing she wanted me to buy was a lacrosse ball. They're heavy. Never even knew what a lacrosse ball was. And I live right next to Wisconsin. Seems like I should know, right? So rather than buying a stupid ball like this for about $8, I bought this thing for about $11 with all the stuff. This thing is for your fingers. I was using that a lot initially. My fingers were shot. They were tingling. They hurt so bad it wasn't funny. Didn't have the normal feeling in them. Had a lot of pins and needles, or what felt like more numbness and pins and needles. So this thing has helped me out quite a bit. And then it has this roller on the other side. You put that across your knuckles, put that anywhere. All that does is, I think, massage out the inflammation, cause the swelling to decrease if you do it gentle enough. The idea is not to be too rough on yourself. So the lacrosse ball, I mean, this is my wrist, man. Two weeks ago, I opened a water bottle with the heel of my hand because I was having trouble opening it like this with these fingers, and I really had a lot of trouble turning the cap with these fingers. And so, because it's this knuckle, index finger knuckle, can be horrible. Anyway, I hurt myself, so I felt so frail. Just times when I can't even pick up a full coffee pot, 12-cup coffee pot full of coffee. It's too heavy, causes too much pain. So it's really a learning curve trying to decide to do it with your left hand, which is not as coordinated, or try to do it with the other hand that's in pain. And when I say pain, it's just like you could sit still and it's fine, but you don't feel any pain. But the second you use anything, it skyrockets to I'm gonna wet my pants kind of pain. Somebody needs to tell me if any deer come in. I'll probably hear them coming if they come. So, she gave me the shots in the back of my arm. Let's see. Yeah, see. I don't know if you can see it. There's a Band-Aid there. That one was stinging the first time. I started moving it after that one. This other one I don't feel at all. Okay, this other one is way back here. I don't know if you can see it. So she pinches up some skin, and it's a subq. It's not IM, it's subq. And I had one subq when I was in the hospital for this, and the third the 30 ER visit that were the 3 consecutive ones. They gave me Lovenox, for Christ's sake, and that was my first subq experience. It wasn't that bad. This one was better, though. So there's not supposed to be much side effects from this. So I have my phone. My car's right there. I can call 911 if I have a problem, but I'm not going to have a problem. I've been told not to come out here by family members. I was like, that's like telling me not to breathe air, and that ain't happening. No, it's not. So, this ball, it's great for the shoulders and the side of the neck. It is so tight. Classic symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis onset is the shoulder girdle area in the back, the ribs in the back. Like the lower shoulder, the lateral scapular region. See, I can't reach all that stuff, so you have to lean against a wall with these balls. You have to lay on them. The current problem is behind the right knee, so it's that one. You put this under your leg and rub across that. Everything is like self-done, even though you're exhausted. I enjoyed going to Canada, and I drove. I wanted to be the one driving in my own vehicle. It's a little more spacious than this other vehicle, and has a little more fancy stuff. So I drove to Canada for Canada Day and for the fireworks, the Ford fireworks, which I loaded on my channel. So I drove there, and then on the way home, man, did I have some fatigue. And I was getting good sleep there. We were not pushing ourselves or doing anything unusual. And in fact, it probably was less exercise and less stuff than, because everything was, we were well centrally located to what we wanted to do, and all our food, everything was close. And there wasn't a lot of walking around. We drove around, but we didn't walk around to sightsee. So anyway, the fatigue I felt on the way back, and that was right around July 1st, just prior to July 1st. That was like the beginning of the end of this whole thing, where it just fell apart for me, because I was trying to taper off prednisone. And that's when we found out that the prednisone is the only thing supporting me, which is not a good thing, because they don't want you on that forever. 20 weeks is a long time, and that's going to be a good 24, 28 weeks. It's going to be a long time. But the dose is going to get down. Right now, the dose is not down. Okay, still no bucks. So, I just wanted to take this chance to be in nature and relax. So mainly what I'm doing is the physical therapy exercises for the piriformis muscle, which is, oh, the sun feels good. The sun just came out. The piriformis is kind of like just a strap below your butt, a strap muscle on the pelvic floor. And that's what's causing pain behind my knee, because it gets tight or whatever it does, and it pulls so hard that it bothers the nerves that go all the way down to the knee area. So that's why I did the physical therapy, and now I'm doing the exercise for that. This is a strengthening exercise, but the other one is a stretch, and the stretch is what I can do in the whirlpool. And then I can walk without dragging my right leg or feeling like it's dragging, or I can get out of bed. Worst case scenario, if I do the exercises, I shouldn't have that problem where I can't move the leg to get out of bed. I can't believe I said stuff like that to people in the ER, that I can't move the leg to get out of bed in the morning, and they can't figure out what the HELL is wrong with me. They just go, well, you look good now. You feel good. Okay, go home. I'm like, okay. Tomorrow morning I do it all over again. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I literally pulled somebody else's walker out, or had them pull it out, and bought a bar for around the toilet. I couldn't get off the toilet. I had no strength to get off, to stand. Wasn't able to use those muscles to even stand up, to bear the weight. It's just so frustrating. I had high sed rates last July, in the 80 range, twice in a row on ER visits. Never figured it out. Never figured it out. I would have never thought I had rheumatoid arthritis. Never in 100 years. So whatever happens, it's usually something it blindsides you. Never even thought about it. Doesn't even make sense to you. So this old lady can bend over and put her forehead or her nose on her calf. Oh, I see a bruise down there. I wonder what that's from. Anyway. So that's a stretch. That's a deep stretch. Oh, God. Oh, God. You see it? I don't know if I got it on there. There's a bumblebee. You're a big boy. Get out of here now. I shouldn't have put that stuff on. That was for the deer. That wasn't for you. Get out. Get out. Get out. Oh, God. There's something else over there now. Dragonfly. Oh, another one here. Dragonflies are hanging over me, too. That's cool. Oh, God. It's another perfect day. So these forest preserves have no fences. Deer can roam wherever they want to roam. They're not hindered by anything, really. There's no fences. That's how they end up in people's front yard, backyard, running down the street, in the industrial park, whatever. Whatever they want to do, that's what they're doing. Normally they don't do that. I had good luck going back in there and seeing sign. I did record right back that way. There was a lot of sign one day on the trail. Big old pile. I was thinking it was a buck, but I never did find him. I saw a doe that day. And then just straight over that way. That's west. That's where the river's at. That's the North Branch. Chicago River. And we are on the east side of the North Branch right now. There's the plane I hear. You're always gonna hear a plane. You could be 35 miles out. You're hearing that plane come through. There's just so many flight paths. So much action. Well, here's a busy airport. There was that group of men that do some kind of, what you call it, like Tai Chi or some, I don't know, posing stretch. I don't know what they're doing. They do it over there in that one. What do you call these things? This type of thing. So you got all those picnic tables. Anybody can use those unless that's been reserved and paid for the day, and then it would have a note up from the board out front that it's whatever name of the person or group. But oh my god, the plane is still making noise way over there. It's like it's halfway across Lake Michigan. The air show was yesterday. That's a lot of hassle, ride the train down there. So many people, a couple million people all over the place. There's another dragonfly. I'm getting a good breeze. Well, it's time I do some actual stretches and exercise. Oh yeah. It's been about 35 minutes since I was injected. I think I'm doing good. Here comes a train. It's not too far away over there. When you I can't tell what that is by listening, but right here, when you hear a train, it could be the Hiawatha, or it could be the Borealis, or it could be the Empire Builder. That's the tracks over